Hello, everyone. Welcome aboard to Investing Possibility Conscious Community. I just want to thank you guys for being here and showing up for myself and yourself. I just want to put it out there that I am so amazed about our community because this is our community. And I'm so amazed at how you guys are showing up, showing love, showing support, sharing my content, leaving comments, leaving likes. I love that. You guys are actually getting ready to learn so much more when you guys are with this community. I'm so excited too, Patrick. And I'm so glad that you guys are all here, each and every one of you who are here right now and listening on the recording. You guys are going to get some valuable information. You're going to get some knowledge you didn't know you needed to know. And we are reprogramming our subconscious mind. And we are going to better understand this knowledge because that's the only way to comprehend any of this knowledge is by programming your subconscious mind. So thank you for showing up. And I'm creating this safe space for you guys to share this knowledge and wisdoms and facts. My soul's mission is exactly this, sharing this knowledge. This is my soul's mission. I will never get a job. Let's get that straight. I'll never get a job. And I will always step into my higher self and my soul's purpose and share this knowledge. And I'm so glad you guys are all here. We're going to be stepping into our sovereignty, and I'm going to help you guide you guys on this journey of information, knowledge, wisdoms, and facts. Again, I've been down rabbit hole after rabbit hole of information, data, and knowledge. And I'm just here to help you guys make sense of this redemption process. I've helped many on this mission. I have many clients that I help daily, all the time. You guys know who you are. And I help you guys find the resources, do the inner work, and study alongside creating community. And my passion is learning and sharing this knowledge. I will share info that will shock your system. So get ready to be shocked. I'm going to shock your nervous system. I'm going to shock your mental system. I'm going to shock your body. I'm going to shock your soul. So get ready. I will trigger things inside of you that you didn't know needed to be triggered. And I'm very good at that. And I need you guys to do your own due diligence. I need you guys to do your own research. If you guys hear a word that you don't understand, please look into dictionaries, Black's Law, Bouvier, law dictionaries, because words are not what you think they are. And your words matter. So if we're using their language, you need to know exactly what you're saying. And you have to create your reality because your thoughts and your words are exactly your reality. So I'm so glad every single one of you guys are here. I'm going to help you guys step into your higher self. And remember, I'm not talking to your ego. I'm not talking to that ego. I am talking to your soul, the soul that you feel inside of you. If you didn't get goosebumps when I said soul, then you need to tap in. You need to reprogram your subconscious mind. You got to get rid of your limiting beliefs. You have to look at yourself in the mirror and accept yourself for exactly who you are, exactly right now, who you are. And I'm so honored and grateful for every single one of you guys here now and on the replay. So I'm so excited to be sharing with you guys a lot about trust law, universal law, contract law, and everything in between. Spiritual law, God's law, which is universal law. And I can't wait for you guys to join me on this journey of knowledge and information. I'm here to connect community with other communities, with other creators who also share this vision. And I've been speaking to my creators, and they're so excited for this journey for you guys because we've already done the work. We've already done the research. We've already done the work. And I know you guys have done the work. I know you've done the research. I've studied alongside you guys for many years. You guys know who you are. We've gone down rabbit holes together, and I'm just excited to share all of this knowledge. It is a whirlwind, and I'm just here excited to share with you guys. As you guys know, our words are creating our reality. So when I say a word and you don't know the meaning, again, please look up in the dictionary. And I'm just so excited. I can't get over it. My twin sister's here. She does credit repair. We'll talk more about that later. And I'm just ready to start the class. So I study a lot of Patrick Devine's information. I study Marina Jacobi. I study Santos Bonacci. If you guys don't already know, your all caps name is a corporation. It is a dead entity. They trade your energy on the New York Stock Exchange. Don't believe me? Do your research. I don't want you, and first of all, I don't want you guys to believe anything I say. I want you to know for yourself the truth. Take what resonates and leave the rest. You guys can always come back to this video, find out the resources that I share, get some tidbits of information. You guys can always come back and replay this. I'll send you guys the YouTube channel. And I'm so excited. I have a YouTube channel, guys. Investing Possibility. Who'da thunk? I created it, and I'm so excited to be able to create it for myself, for you guys, because I've already done the work. I've already done the knowledge. I've already gone down history. Our history is a lie. Yeah, we've been lied to. If you haven't noticed, we've been lied to. If you don't know, everything's been upside down, inside out, inverted, because that's where the devil creates. Well, actually, the devil can't create. The devil can only invert what God's creation. That's why everything is backwards. That's why they use legalese in court. And I'm going to teach you guys how to start standing in your power and using your words properly. Even the words that you speak to yourself. If you only knew, your subconscious mind is always on autopilot. Your subconscious mind does not know who you're talking about. Your subconscious mind thinks that you're talking about you. Your subconscious mind doesn't know about any other buddy's subconscious mind. It only thinks of itself, and it's always on autopilot. And your thoughts are creating this reality. So you have 700,000 thoughts a day, and they are old programs. They're society programs. They are your cultural programs. And what we're doing in this community is we're breaking generational curses, and we are breaking the spell, because there's a spell on us. There's an illusion. We've pulled back the veil. The veil is gone. The illusion is gone. Cabal is falling. Babylonian Jezebel demonic spirits are falling. Those who know about this information know that it is a Jezebel demonic system that is in our system. And you guys can go deeper on that and do your own research. And it is an energy, because thank you, Nikola Tesla. Our universe, our reality is energy, frequency, and vibrations. 369 is the key to the universe. If you guys can wrap your head around that, do some research on that, and everything will make sense. They use sigils, they use frequencies, they use vibrations to keep us in low vibrations. And now, knowing this, that every thought that you have is old programming, and that they are thoughts from 5G cell towers. That's another rabbit hole you guys can go down. Sandra Wallace has information on that. And they project their 5G grid, and it is a psychological warfare that is going on. This is a spiritual warfare. Again, I'm not talking to your ego. I'm talking to your spirit. I'm talking to your soul. And they are projecting negative frequencies into our thoughts. There's a patent on it. I actually left a comment on Instagram on one of my good friends, and on Knowledge is Power information. And I share all the time in the comments that our mind is always being projected negative thoughts from these 5G cell towers, our cell phones. That's why I say think outside the box, think outside your cell phone, think outside the TV, think outside the computer. They always like to put us in a box. They always like to make us check a box. Are you Black? Are you white? Are you Indian? What nationality? They put you in a box. I want you guys to break free from that box. Think outside the box. Have positive thoughts, knowing that we're getting projected negative thoughts every single day. You are able to now know this. So now that you know you're being projected with negative thoughts every day, are you going to start believing those negative thoughts? I sure hope not, because they're just old programs. They are your ancestors' programs. That's why you guys are all here today, connected in the community because you guys are chosen to break your generational curse, not only for yourself, your lineage, and the future generation. I know that's why I'm here. I've already had a great life. I'm doing all of this work for my children, and they're my number one prize and possession. They're amazing, and I can't wait for you guys to get to know them. You guys will get to know them a little bit more through me, and I like to keep them to myself sometimes. But I love to share them, and they will be around. But I just want to let you guys know that all these thoughts are living inside of you. They are exuding out of your energy. So now knowing this, you can reprogram it. Every morning, I would love for you guys to tell yourself, I am sovereign. I demand domicile. I demand to command my cells, because you have 700 billion cells in your body, and they are all being programmed. And you can program them. And that's what I'm here to help you guys do. I want you guys to step into your power. I want you guys to reprogram your subconscious mind, because it's possible. I'm doing it, and look what I've created. I didn't know what I was going to do. I knew, my spirit knew. My ego didn't know, because my ego always told me I wasn't good enough. I was not worthy. Society told me I wasn't worthy. TVs told me I wasn't worthy, and I had to reprogram myself, tell myself I am worthy, I am abundant, I am free, I am sovereign. I am not the codes that they program me with, because we are all codes, and everything exists in your DNA. I want you guys to take a deep dive into your DNA. I did, and I'm so excited to like share with you guys like how powerful you truly are, because you guys are freaking powerful. And I want you guys to know this, because you guys matter. Everything matters. Everything is atoms. Not everything is solid, gas, and liquid. You guys matter, and your words matter, your thoughts matter, your decisions matter. So I want you guys to reprogram yourself every single day. I want you to tap in with your spirit, moment by moment. Check in with your higher self. Is this the way that I want to go? In every single heartbeat that you guys have, you are making a decision. You are making a decision for either to stay in higher frequencies or lower frequencies. I thank my lower frequencies, because my rage, anger, depression, sadness is my catalyst for me to jump into higher frequencies of joy, empathy, enlightenment, and love. And the love and authenticity is the highest frequency you guys can vibrate on. That's why I am showing up for you guys, letting you guys know that it is possible. Just 2 weeks ago, I was afraid to go live. I was afraid to go on my sister's lives and speak to people. And my sister can tell you, my twin can tell you, we used to do TV production back in the day, and I was the news anchor for my school. I didn't know everybody in the school. I knew a lot of people in school. I didn't know everybody in my school, but everybody knew me and my twin, because I was always in the news anchor. I was always telling everybody the news. So I stepped into that 17-year-old little girl. And let me tell you, my 17-year-old right now is having a blast. I get to edit videos, I get to make videos, I get to share content, and I'm want you guys to do that for yourself too. Ask your inner child, what is it that they need? Ask your body, what is it that it needs? Ask your mind, what is it that you need? When you do this, you are becoming a glitch in the matrix, because this is the matrix system. Look more into the word matrix also. It means womb. It means creation. This is the matrix, the false grid that they created, that is an illusion that we are in. We are in an organic frequency also. You can see by trees, you can see by babies, you can see nature. That's the organic grid that we all know, that is embedded in all of us. And if you don't know, then you need to tap in, go hug a tree, go do some mind work, go do some meditation. I preach meditation, fast, grounding. I meditate every day. I ground every day. I do handstands every day. For 3 years now, I've been practicing my handstands. And I got to pat myself on the back. I've been doing really good. And the only reason why I do this is because It helps the cerebral fluid go to your head. And it also makes this matrix system not look so delusional. And I'm able to tap into my higher self. I'm able to tap into my inner child. And when I mean shadow work, I don't mean like the woo-woo shadow work, new age stuff. I'm talking about things you didn't know you needed to know, that your subconscious mind has been hiding from you because your subconscious mind has been hijacked. And now knowing that your subconscious mind has been hijacked, don't you want to take it back? Don't you want control of your subconscious mind? I know I sure do, and I have control of it. And nobody can govern it but myself, because I don't allow the outside world to govern it. I don't allow outside people to govern it. I don't allow media to govern it. I don't even watch news anymore. And I don't allow other people to tell me who I am, because I know who I am, because I've done the inner work. I've done the shadow work. I've held my little child, my inner child daily. I high five my inner child daily. She loves me. She's like, I got my little girl back. I got my inner child's back all day, all night. And she knows it. And my higher self also knows it. And I'm always tapping in with my higher self. What is it that I need to do? If I'm being stagnant, I like to go out and give the energy away. If I'm feeling anxious, I like to give the energy back to Mother Nature, because Mother Nature knows exactly what to do with it. And when you get these anxious, rage, sad, depressed feelings, just know exactly what they are. You're acknowledging them. You're thanking them, and then you're releasing them. They're not even yours. They're old programs. You guys are empathetic. You guys are you guys have empathy, right? So when you go around people, you're picking up their frequencies. You're picking up their thoughts. You're picking up all of their data and information. And when you're doing that, you are programming your information. That's why they say surround yourself with like-minded people. That's why I'm building this community, because we have some amazing people in this community that you guys are going to be enlightened with. They're going to share tidbits of information with you that I love sharing their information with. But I'm only sharing my experiences, and I'm sharing my perspective. And I'm not telling you to take my perspective as your own. I'm just saying take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I like to study astrology, metaphysical, quantum mechanics, law, universal law. I like to break down the Bible. I like to decode this matrix. That's my hobby. That's my jam. I like to decode songs. I like to decode numbers, symbols, energy, frequencies, vibrations. I can help you guys with that. I'm doing a lot of this for free. Sharing all of this knowledge with you guys for free. I love doing this. This is my soul's mission. If you guys want to donate, all the links are in the bio. We'll talk about that later at the end. But I'm here to help you guys shine light on what is really going on and what has really been going on. I've dived deep into history. That's my jam too. And I've dived deep into this quantum realm galactically. And it's all inside of you. The universe is inside of you. You are the universe. Don't believe me? Just watch. Once you start peeling the layers back and having ego deaths, you will realize all this information is truth. May not be your truth right now, and that's okay. I like to plant seeds. I like to watch God water the seeds, because no matter what, God always lets me harvest the fruits of my labor. I get in comment sections with people that are telling me I'm crazy and insane. I said, honey, you don't even know the half of it. And I thank them, because it gives me a time to school them and take them to school, because I do take them to school in the comments. And then they call me crazy again. But let's say a couple weeks later, a few months later, they're like, hey, by the way, I'm sorry I said these comments about you, calling you crazy. God's been working on my spirit. Do you have any more of that information? I'm like, yeah, follow my page. I got more information. I don't block anybody. I want everybody's energy, because I know how to transmute it. I've done the work. I'm a manifesting generator. I've done the human design. I've decoded my soul blueprint. If you guys want more information on how to decode your soul blueprint. I can help you guys do it. It is a deep dive into your soul contract and why are you here? What is your purpose? I found my purpose, and my purpose is sharing sovereignty knowledge. And I love doing it. So it's not a job, it's my soul's purpose. And I'll never get a 9 to 5. I'll never get a job that pays me fiat dollars. Money's not even real. We'll go more on that. And it's just a frequency, it's just a tool, just like your energy is a tool and a frequency. How are you cashing in your frequency? How are you cashing in your vibrations? Who are you giving your energy to? Are you keeping it all to yourself? Are you projecting negative energies onto anybody else? You know, when you project negative energy, that person now has power over you, and you just give up your power, and you get to stay in low frequencies until you become conscious and aware that you're in these lower vibrations. So I just want to be thankful for you guys to do the work. I'm doing the work. Not only am I doing the work for myself, I'm doing the work for you guys so I could show up every day for you guys. And anybody that is listening right now and on the replay, I'm showing up for you guys. I'm showing up for my children. I'm showing up for my past ancestors, mine and my twins' ancestors. We're going way back, and they're always with us. Our ancestors are always with us. You could just got to tap in. They've always been with us. And I'm doing it for my higher self. I'm doing it for the collective, because when you make a decision, and a positive one at that, you are doing it not only for yourself, but the collective. You're shifting realities. You're shifting timelines. You're quantum jumping. And I'll go more on like the quantum mechanics and how to manifest, because we're always manifesting. We're always, every second, every moment, every heartbeat, we are always manifesting. I'm not that woo manifester person. We're always manifesting. Okay. And we are here with a purpose. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. You'll fall for the purple man on TV. You'll fall for the people that are giving you sports gigs. You're going to fall for the celebrity garbage. You're going to fall and be distracted. And what I want you guys to do with reprogramming your subconscious mind is get rid of distractions. Let me tell you something. Spirit kicked me down. Spirit loves to kick me down when I think I'm higher than thou, right? I had to lose everything in order to appreciate everything. And I no longer have my personal social medias. I don't have any distractions on my phone. The only thing I do is download books, download documentaries. I read so many books. I have so many books. So if you guys want a book or a PDF, I got you. Ask and you shall receive. I got you. If I don't have it, I'll go find it, because I know how to find them. And I have the resources. I have credit resources. I have trust resources. I have people who help you with mental clarity resources. I am also this for you guys. If you guys don't want to use me, use my resources. I don't mind. People that are for me are meant for me to be aligned with, to be on this mission with. And I'm just so grateful for you guys all being here again. I'm just going to keep thanking y'all. I was born on Thanksgiving, so get used to it, right? Right, Tammy? 3 turkeys. And I want you guys to know that this information that I'm going to share with you is shocking. The histories we've been lied to, words that we use every day, we've been lied to. I study a lot of Patrick Devine's information. I'll keep constantly saying his name. He's already passed away, but his information still lives. And this is why I'm doing these videos also, because soon after, when I go on to my next mission, right? Because death is illusion. I will have these videos for my children's 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 children, and for many generations to come, because I know my mission. And I know that when I put this out into the ether, that my voice resonates, and my voice, when I speak, moves mountains. Sometimes I gotta tell the mountains to move twice or 3 times, but that's okay. They move, right? They move because I tell them to, and they do. And it's all about standing in your power. And I'm going to teach you how to tap into your power. I'm going to teach you how to tap into your soul. I'm going to teach you how to do shadow work, hug your inner child, forget your past. Your past is a memory. Your future is just an imagination. All you have is right now. 5 minutes ago was right now. 5 minutes in the future is right now. All you have is right now. What are you doing right now? Are you living in fear? Are you living in lack? Are you living in unworthiness? I don't know. Are you? I know I'm not anymore. I see abundance all around me. I see trees. I see Mother Nature. I see earth. I see babies. I see animals. I see love. I see abundance. Step into that power. If you forget, it's okay. I forget too. Sometimes I need a good kick in the swift in the butt from spirit, and spirit loves doing that. And I'm okay with that. And I know that when I'm being triggered, it's because I have too much energy of that in my body, whether it be stagnant energy, whether it be negative energy. You can never have enough high vibrations, put it that way. And you can step into those frequencies, acknowledge them, love them, and release them. Yes, I'm going to repeat myself a couple times here and there because I know what I'm doing. I'm programming you guys. If you didn't know, I'm programming you because you guys are tapped into my channel. So you guys are going to get my frequencies that I'm so excited to share it with you. And I love doing meditations. I love reprogramming my subconscious mind. I love helping others. So some things will be repeated, and that's okay because I know what I'm doing. I'm reprogramming you guys. And just know that you guys are able to do it yourself. And know this for yourself. We are in the age of Aquarius. We are out of the age of Pisces. Age of Pisces was the age of believing. What religion did you believe in? What faith did you believe in? That's the age of Pisces. We are now in the age of Aquarius. And age of Aquarius is knowing. What is it that you know? Do you know it to be true? Do you know it to be false? What is it that you know? I know what I know, and I know I don't know what I don't know. Make that make sense. And we are remembering, Patrick, thank you. We all are remembering. You are embedded with ancient knowledge. You are embedded with ancient codes. Tap into that. You don't have to go outside of yourself to look for answers. All of the answers are inside of you. It is embedded inside of your DNA. Check what makes you move, what makes you thrive. Go dive deep into your DNA. That's why the evil people, we'll just say that, the evil people, they went after us with COVID and they attack our blood system. Heavy metals are in the vaccines. It's called graphene oxide. Go down that rabbit hole. I share a lot of this information on my page. Follow me if you don't already. I know you guys do. And graphene oxide is in the vaccines. And mercury is in the vaccines. These are heavy metals. You could detox these heavy metals. You are a spirit. You are a soul in a body. You can do anything. You could detox anything. You just have to know that you can detox it. Just know that you can meditate to get rid of these heavy metals. Tell every 700 billion cells in your body that you want it to regenerate, that you want to get these heavy metals out. Go sit in nature, get rid of the negative ions that are there. And remember, everything that your traumas are inside of you, and they can all be reprogrammed. You can hug your inner child, do a detox bath. Thank you, Jim. A borax, absolutely. Detox. Go hug a tree. I'm telling you, it works. We are being radiated every single day by our phones. We are being radiated with microwaves. We are being microwaved. Make that make sense, okay? Because we are. There's a patent for it. If you don't believe me, go find the patent. I'll even post it on my page later today. And there's patents out there for this. The information is all there. We all are ready for this new knowledge of information. And we're done being duped. We're done being slowed down. We're done being in low vibrations. We're done being stagnant. You are an atomic bomb. Walk with purpose. You have 700 billion cells that are bursting with energy? Do you want to stay in low frequencies? Because your reality will show you that. Remember, your subconscious mind believes everything you tell it. So if you're sitting there talking garbage about your friend or somebody that cut you off, your subconscious mind now knows that you are a dumb idiot that cut you off, that you are not a good friend, that you are negative, because your subconscious mind only knows what you speak. So stop talking garbage. Leave the gossip for the gossip magazines. Leave it for the fucking Kardashians. Sorry for that word. Leave it for the Kardashians. Leave it for the news. Let them do that. The reason why those things happen, the negative frequencies happen, is for us to be triggered to step into our higher selves, our higher vibrations, our higher frequencies. So just acknowledge them for what they are. Thank them. Thank you. When somebody's mean to me or angry at me or rages at me, I can lose my cool and go bat for bat, and we can go in a really bad rabbit hole of negative energy. I'm very good at that. My old self was really good at that. And I thank her for not doing that anymore. I thank myself for not doing that anymore, because now I know that those negative frequencies are just my catalyst for me to transform and to step into my higher self. Look into alchemy. We are all a periodic table. We all have the periodic table in our body. We are all magnetic, energetic beings. Your Taurus fields of energy and information and data and light is 7-foot radius around you. That's why during COVID, they told you to stay 6 feet apart, because they didn't want us waking up. We're waking up. We are awake. Our soul is awakening. The spirit is awakening. And we are putting this energy into the frequency of this earth. And you matter. We all matter. And don't allow your mind to control you, because that's all it knows how to do, is to control you. It only knows what you tell it, right? So if you're there giving it negative thoughts, your universe is like, oh my God, they're talking negative. So let's give them more negative things to talk about. Change your vibration, change your frequency, change your thought pattern. The second you start having a negative thought, be like, hey, that was a negative thought. Thank you for showing me that I can recognize my negative thoughts. Awesome. I'm going to replace it with a positive thought. Do that. Have those negative thoughts. Thank them. Release them. Give them a hug. Give them a bow. Put them in the corner. But thank them and acknowledge them for what exactly they are. Just like when an evil person shows their face, thank you for showing me that you're an evil person. I'm going to trust that you show up like this until you show me otherwise, right? Always trust people to show you who they are, and trust that, because they're always going to show you who they are. And they too need love, because they are a reflection of who you are. And anytime somebody shows up and they're negative, you can either feed their negativity, or you can accept it for what it is, and you can step into your higher self, because your old self, your ego, likes to go bat for bat. Your ego loves being right. Your ego hates being wrong. And your ego will show you your spirit, and your spirit will show you your ego. And you will have many, 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 and I'm only sharing this with experience, you will have many ego deaths. And that's okay. You can mourn yourself, because that your old version is no longer available. And that's okay. And just know that you're stepping into your higher self. And that old ego will never exist, because you're stepping into your higher self. And if that ego decides to pop back up, just release it. It's not you anymore. You don't want to argue with people. You don't want to be mean to people. You don't treat others the way that you want to be treated. If you're having a bad day and you want to yell at somebody, go yell at yourself, okay? And then love yourself. And then tell yourself it's going to be okay. And then give yourself a hug. And then give yourself a high five. And then give yourself some love. Go buy some chocolates. Go buy your favorite chocolate. Go buy your favorite beverage. Go do a dance. Go dance in the rain. Go to the ocean. Go be silent for a moment. Just know that you are stepping into your higher self. moment by moment when you make these decisions. And it's on a quantum level. We have parallel realities all around us. And I'm going to get a whiteboard one day and I'm going to explain quantum mechanics to you guys and help break it down for you guys. When I do my one-on-one coaching with my clients, I like to share this with them. And when I share this information with them, things start clicking. But I'm going to share a little bit with you guys right now. We are on parallel realities. There's billions of realities. There's billions of you out there. There's billions of yourself in a higher vibration, in a medium vibration, and lower vibration. You can quantum jump to your higher self. Did you know that if you have a thought, that it exists on the quantum field and you can jump to that thought and quantum jump to that thought just by being that person, just by, remember, you can also jump to negative frequencies and lower frequencies. You know, those negative thoughts, those thoughts exist on the quantum realm. And that version of you exists in a reality. And you can transform these realities. We are all transmuting all of these energies from negative to positive. And I want to let you guys know that you can quantum jump in meditation. You can quantum jump by using words. You can quantum jump by not saying words and just having a thought like, I want to be a better person. I want to be encouraged. I want to be positive. I want to be in higher frequencies. I want to step into my higher self. You can do this. I know you can. I've done it. It was hard. It was easy. It was fun. It was crazy. It was insane. And I loved every moment of it. I loved every high. I loved every low. In the low moments, I didn't love it so much because I wanted to get out and up higher. And without those moments, I wouldn't have been able to get to the higher ones. And I love those moments for what they are. They brought me here right now with you, here right now with you. And I love that. And I get to share these moments with my children. They can't get enough of me, right? They love this information because I'm always telling them. They're like, Mom, you just go tell other people because they need to hear this. They hear enough of it all the time. And that's why I created this community. So you guys can get a piece of this, and because my family's done hearing it. So I'm sharing it with you guys, and you guys want this information. So I love that you guys are all here, and I want to shock your system, and I want you guys to do the work. So this knowledge that I'm going to share with you on trust law, universal law, quantum mechanics makes sense, because none of this will make sense if you haven't done the work. So if it doesn't make sense now, just know I've already planted the seed. God's going to water it, and you'll come back later and I'm going to eat the fruits of my labor when you start asking questions. So it may not make sense right now, and that's okay. And save this video for later and you can go shock the monkey. I love shocking the monkey mind at that too. Thank you, Jim, for that. And I just want to let you guys know that we're on a mission to bring heaven on earth. You don't die and go to heaven. Heaven on earth is already here. We are here to be an embodiment of heaven on earth. Who are you being today? Are you being heavenly or are you being hellish? You could be the devil all day. No worries. Devil loves chaos and division. That's exactly what the devil wants. Chaos and division. That's what the devil does. And the devil is all inside of us. God is in all of us. Remember, we can go either way. We can go low vibration and higher vibration. And what I mean by the devil, I mean lower vibrations. And when I mean by God and spirit and higher vibrations, because the devil cannot exist where God exists. Say that again. The devil cannot exist when God exists. And you have a choice. You have a decision. You have a journey. You are here right now for a reason. You weren't a mistake, like society probably told you. You're not here by mistake. No, you're not. You are here for a God-given reason. And guess what? You had God-given rights, and our God-given rights have been trampled on. And this is the knowledge I'm going to get to, that all of our rights have been trampled on. And guess what? Good news. The power's been given back to us. And the only way to know this is to know this information. is truth, and it's your truth, and it's your knowledge, and it's your wisdom, and it's your facts. So just know that the knowledge is out there, and there's nothing new under the sun, by the way. This information has been out here for years. We're just getting aligned with it. And that's okay because it's divine timing, right? I always believe in divine timing. So I want to keep going on about reprogramming your subconscious mind. I do one-on-one calls with people. I do mentorships. I give a lot of free stuff away. I give a lot of free information away. I love doing these Zoom calls for you guys. I'm a Sagittarius sun and moon Libra rising. If anybody wants to dive deep in that, I've already done it. And I love giving things away. I'm a giver. I was born on Thanksgiving. I'm a giver. I'm a twin, identical twin at that. So I share everything. My whole life, I've shared everything, right, Tammy Lynn? We've shared everything. I've shared the womb. I've shared clothes. Look, as I say that, thunder and lightning happen. That ain't a sign. I don't know what is, universe, but thank you. And my whole life, I'm grateful so much. Thank you so much. And I'm grateful to be able to share my experience with you. I'm going to share my story with you. I'm going to share my hell with you. I'm going to share my heaven with you. And guess what? I don't care what you think. I really don't. You can have an opinion. That's yours. You can keep it. Keep it. You can share it with me. No problem. I'll accept it for what it is. It's your opinion. And I love you for it. Thank you for having and I love feedback. I love constructive criticism. If something is off and you see it and you want to feed it back to me, I love constructive criticism. I never take anything personal. And I wish my children didn't do this because they're cancers, but they take it personal and I love them. I love them. So I have to be careful what I say, but they love me because I don't hold back, right? And I'm here standing in my truth. This is my truth. This is my story. This is my journey. And I'm sharing it with our community. So this is our journey. This is our truth. This is our knowledge. This is our wisdom. And these are our facts. And I want you guys to absorb this knowledge like I've been able to absorb it. I've gone in hermit mode. I've gone into books. I've even disconnected my phone just so I can read books. And that's how far I went. I don't even have a phone number. I don't care to have a phone number. If you can reach me, you know how to reach me. I have many apps that you can reach me through. And the reason why I was put in that position so I could focus on this knowledge. And I'm so grateful for it. I'm so, maybe if near future, I'll get a phone. Who knows? I can connect to Wi-Fi. I have a hotspot. I'm fine. And I'm so grateful for it. In the moment, in the beginning, I was like, oh, I want a phone. I want a phone. I would have been doom scrolling on Instagram. I would have been doom scrolling on Facebook. I would have been doom scrolling on Reddit. I would have been doom scrolling in posts, right? And not learning this knowledge. So I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for not having a phone. I'm so grateful for not having a job. I'm so grateful because I get to absorb this knowledge now. I got to read The Art of Passing the Buck, Volume 1 and Volume 2. I have already read Cracking the Code. I've already read UCCs. I've already gone into Bouvier dictionary. I love etymology. I love breaking down a word. I like to know the mechanics of things. I like to know why, what, when, where, who, what's going on. Why does it do this? Why did this do this? How did this happen? And I'm always integrating that into my everyday life. And I love being present. I love being in the moment. I too make mistakes. I am perfectly imperfect. And I am grateful for that too, because I get to share my experiences with everybody around me. God puts amazing people in my universe and some amazingly awesome people in my universe because everybody's awesome, right? And I'm grateful for everybody. And I'm grateful for the negative comments. I'm grateful for the hate. I'm grateful for everything. And I can't wait to share my experiences with you guys because I got a story to tell. And it's a fun one. It may not be the one you want to hear, but it's the one you're going to hear. And you guys need to reprogram your subconscious mind. We are stepping into wealth. We are stepping into generational wealth. And the only way to acquire this wealth is to acquire the knowledge, to acquire the frequencies, to acquire the vibrations. Your spirit, your soul cannot live in a polluted body. If you're polluting it with drugs and alcohol and bad habits, your spirit will not be able to thrive. Okay, I've been in hell and back. Okay, I broke my knee. Not one of the things I'm proud of. And I got addicted to medication, and I had to break that spell. And I'm here now sharing with you guys that it's possible. It's possible to stop the pills. It's possible to stop the drinking. It's possible to stop the smoking. It's possible to stop the negative thinking. It's possible to stop the negative thought talking. I know because I've done it, and I'm doing it, and I'm doing the work, and I'm transforming, and I'm transmuting negative energies to positive, because that's called alchemy. And people will show up for you so you can alchemize the situation. You can alchemize it just by being you, by holding space for somebody, by listening to somebody, by being there for somebody, by being there for yourself. Always show up for yourself so you can be able to show up for others. Also, take a break. You don't have to always show up every single day. I may not show up for you guys every single day, but you will know when I need a break. And you will know that I'm in hermit mode. I went on a 3-month hiatus in a hermit mode because I wanted to absorb all this knowledge. And I was pissed off that I was lied to my whole life, because those are the ego deaths that you're going to have. Your old version believes these old lies that they were told. So now you got to come to acknowledgement that they were just lies told to you, and that old version of you is no longer exists. So some of this knowledge can be absorbed. This knowledge of wealth that I'm getting ready to give you guys on trust law and contract law and UCCs is going to free your lineage. It's going to free your generations now and generations to come. Because by you doing the work, you're transforming your lineage and transforming the future by doing it right now. And I can't wait to share with you guys how to bring heaven on earth. And I just want to share something with you guys that I wrote. And it's called Daily Discipline as Sovereign Alchemy, Reprogramming the Subconscious Through Law, Meditation, and Fasting. The human body is a living trust instrument, and your daily habits are the affidavits you file with the universe. When you fast, you invoke UCC 3-501, the precedent of your physical vessel, to the divine court, demanding clarity in exchange for sustenance. The act of constructive notice shocks the subconscious out of lack-based programming, just as serving a notice of default shocks a debtor with compliance. Morning meditation becomes your quiet tidal action, where you stake claim to the mental real estate colonized by fear. As you breathe, recite, I am the beneficiary of this blood and flesh trust. I revoke all unauthorized attachments. Grounding barefoot is your verification of affidavit, discharging static obligations into Earth's natural jurisdiction, UCC 1-103. Your shadow work, that's your discovery process, subpoenaing repressed traumas to testify under oath of awareness. In my handstands, it's a writ of mandamus, compelling blood in the cerebral fluid to reverse their conditional flow, forcing the brain to perceive reality upside down, literally and legally. Discipline is the continuous perfection of security interests in your own energy. When you fast, meditate, and move with intent, you're not just practicing self-care, you're amending your Social Security contract in real time, replacing clauses of lack with endorsements of abundance. The body's cells respond to these rituals like notarized documents with irreversible recognition. Let the record show this soul is awake, sovereign, and in lawful possession of their destiny. When you file this daily and you tell yourself this daily, the universe must honor it. And you can create from that standing point. You can create any possibility from that standing point. And you are able to do that any moment and any time. And just know that you guys all have the power. And I'm so excited to share with you guys the energies that are happening. I'm big into astrology. I don't know if you guys heard the saying, billionaires study astrology, millionaires don't. And I already have a billionaire mindset, so I already know who I am. And I just want to let you guys know the energies and the frequencies that are coming from the planets and their dimensions, because we are Planets are not outside of us. They're all inside of us. When you were born, you are a star. The stars aligned in the night sky at certain degrees in certain houses. And in the moment that you were born and took your first breath, you mattered. You turned into solid matter. You turned into your flesh suit. Your soul was trapped into your vessel, which is a good thing because now you get to experience life because that's what you're here for, right? And I just want to let you know that energies today is like a huge day for energies, especially. Saturn is in Aries and it doesn't play with potential, it sharpens it. Saturn doesn't care how much you believe in yourself. It wants you to see you build what is better without belief. Freedom without discipline, it's a different kind of prison. This transit is a portal, it is a mirror. It's challenging you from your own soul. It asks, will you take life serious enough like it matters? Stop outsourcing your own energy and power. Radical create your own path instead of say this isn't fair. Ask, what can I create with? What have I been inherited? Yes, we have our generational trauma. We have old belief systems. We have cultural, we have society. You may not have started fire, but you decide what burns next. The tension is for the next 3 years with Saturn and Aries. And the world wants you to be scattered. The world wants you to be distracted. It's always consuming, rarely creating. Saturn and Aries, it tells you how to slow down and take ownership, not just trigger you, but your impact, your choices, your capacity to control everything. Response into oppression of freedom. It's the container that makes freedom possible. What would it look like to stop waiting for someone to go first and start trusting yourself to lead? Fire of responsibility. Pick it up, carry it like it matters because it does. Saturn just handed you the match and said, burn the excuses, build what lasts. So that resonated with me when I heard that this morning. And for the next 3 years, Saturn is in Aries. If you guys want to do an astrology reading, you guys can book one with me. I like to dive deep in people's astrology. I do it for all my friends and family. They love it because they get new insight on who they are, where they are, and what they are. And I love sharing that with them. So if you guys want one, I can definitely help you guys. And because you know your birth certificate is a bond, right? This is where we're getting into the good stuff. And Saturn is no joke. It is Chronos. It is daddy. It is fire. It will teach you your karmic lessons. Daddy Saturn don't play. And Daddy Saturn rewards. So whatever you're giving the universe, Saturn multiplies it. So if you're giving the universe bullshit, Saturn multiplies it. If you're giving the universe positivity, Saturn gets it. All right. So now this is where we're going to step into this information, this knowledge. If you guys don't already know, there's a spell on us. And, oh, you're so welcome, Patrick. And the universe, if you guys didn't hear that, it was lightning and thunder. And when the thunder rolls, lightning strikes. I love music. That's my jam. And I want to go into depth. I hear like spirit like saying like go into the knowledge, get them going. I want to talk about the UCC code. I want to talk about words because your word is your bond. And your birth certificate is a bond. It's a security bond. And they have a spell over it. That's why they prick your foot and they stamp it with it on a parchment paper. And then they give it to the vital records. And then the government becomes your daddy. You didn't know that. The government's your daddy. That's your Uncle Sam. Yeah, that's your new daddy. When it comes to all of this stuff. Person doesn't mean person. Person means corporation. Individual means corporation. Like I said, go dive deep into etymology, get a Black's Law dictionary, 4th edition, especially 6th edition is really good too, and get a Bouvier one. They like to share the Latin words and the Greek words a lot, which I love. I love learning all of this stuff. And it has been traded on the New York Stock Exchange, and they make money profiting off of your ignorance. That the ignorant gets taxed. That's our punishment for being ignorant is taxes. Taxes are voluntary. There's no law, there's no statute, there's no code that tells you about this. And because they are voluntary, you volunteer when you sign for a driver's license. You volunteered when your parents sign your birth certificate. Also, it's fraud. Also, you were a minor. So that's null and void contract. But you have to know who you are and you have to know the process to do it. And the only way to get this information is doing the subconscious work. I can only share with you my experience, and you may not understand it because you haven't done the inner work. And I'm okay with that because I've done the work. So I want to get into what the UCC is. It's the Universal Commercial Code. What it actually really means, it means Universal Christian Creator. It is your baptismal document to be able to use and set off all original sin, which is debt. And this is where we are getting trapped. The higher ups, the elites, are all doing private contracts. They are all making profit off of your ignorance. They are making profit off of your energy. When you go to a 9 to 5, you're getting paid $20 an hour. If you really knew how much you're worth an hour, you would stand up and fight. You are worth more than $20 an hour. You are worth more than $100 an hour. You're worth $1 million of an hour. A minute. I'm lying. You are worth more than that. You're not even worth money. You're worth love and abundance and energy. And this all connects. This is a spiritual warfare that's going on. And I'm going to teach you how to step into your sovereignty because we are already sovereign. And I want to go in about ecclesiastical courts. I want to go into irrevocable trusts, revocable trusts. Who are they for? What are they for? And I want you guys to start looking into different trusts because everything is trust. Your word out of your mouth is your trust. That is your integrity. Your integrity is your trust. Your body is your trust. So when I read that script earlier about your body is your trust, and you have to honor your word. You have to honor your body. You have to honor your vessel. And by doing that is by doing the shadow work and stepping up into the subconscious mind. Do hypnosis. I love frequency music. I love vibration music. I love it all. And I just want to share more on the different types of trusts that we can create so we can stand in our power. Sin is debt. Debt is public. So if you have your name in the public eye, you are creating debt. When we go from public to private, and you cannot mix the both. You can mix the both if you know how to, but you cannot mix them up in court. You cannot mix them up in the QHHT. Yes, absolutely, Patrick. Do the quantum hypnosis therapy. And that will help you better understand all of this. It really will, because you're reprogramming your subconscious mind. And now and now you know that this is an illusion. And now you know that there's knowledge out there that can help you set you free. And I'm going to share more on different types of trust. But I'm going to teach you about what happened in the past. Rome took over our souls and they have control over it. The Vatican, not anymore because the spell and illusion have been done, right? A banker isn't what you think it is. A corporation isn't what you think it is. A debt note, a Federal Reserve note is not what you think it is. Dollar bills are not what you think it is. It is a promise to pay. It is a debt. It is for public and private. That's why you see all in the rap videos and all the videos, they have dollar bills everywhere. They want you to chase the dream. They want you to chase the money. It's an illusion. Don't fall for it. Don't. Start learning what it actually is. It is a promise to pay. It's an IOU. So start learning about what money really is. Start learning about what energy really is. And you're going to get a better understanding of all of this. Follow the people that I mentioned, Patrick Devine, Marina Jacoby, Sabrina Wallace. All of these people have valuable information on what's really going on. And I want to let you know that the judicial, legislative, executive courts, they are all shadow government. They're all false governments. The reason why the judge wears black is because it's a ritual, it's a show, it's a costume. And your ignorance is what's keeping you from standing up in your power because you think that that traffic ticket is real. You think that dollar bill is real. You think that the courts are real. You think that the policies are real. You think taxes are real. They're not. Break the illusion. They're not. They're all voluntary. When you volunteer to this system, you can also volunteer to get out. And I'm going to show you and speak on this knowledge on how to get out and start this redemption process. Revelations. This is a revelation, meaning you didn't know what you didn't know. That's what revelation is. We are in revelations right now. We are at the end times. We are at the time of learning that you don't know. You didn't know what you didn't know, right? Tammy, is the thunder too loud?
Every time it thunders, it's good. Just keep going. I'll let you know if you.
Yeah, because it's looking like it's coming. I don't mind. It can blow over. I love rain. But we've had the power all along. We just didn't know that we had the power. And what the Universal Commercial Code does is it helps you understand your power. When you dive deep, I've dove really deep into the UCC codes and the statutes and all of it. And that's all that they are just codes. They're policies. Okay, but the UCC is our baptismal. It is our copyrighted document, and it's in the control, and it's under control of the Church of Rome. And we are under Roman law. That's where the clay and iron in Daniel's, I think, is the verse or something. Don't quote me on that one, but I know it's in the book of Daniel's when they talk about the clay and iron, that we are under Roman law. We are under Vatican lineage, and the spell's being broken, and we're stepping into spirit. We're stepping into our soul. We're stepping into higher vibration. Right? I want to let you know that ecclesiastical courts, they have power over all of these corporations. So just know that we, the people, have redemption. We have a process. You just have to know you're not even supposed to be going into court. You're not even supposed to be talking to them. Corporations only exist on paper. Courts only exist on paper. That's why they put your all caps name in the paper and they mail it to you. Now you are admitting that you're that name. That's why when you go to court, they ask you, what's your name? What's your address? Oh, I'm the all caps name. Raise your right hand. I swear to God. You're not supposed to be swearing to God, first of all, right? You're not supposed to be giving your social security to anybody, right? But what did we do growing up? We gave everybody our social. We gave everybody our name. We swore to God in courts. We did all of that. And I just want to let you know that the birth certificate, when you submit it and you endorse it for collections of all credits that are attached to security, and we are the real owners of our birth certificate. And you got to understand there's two birth certificates. There's a certificate of title of birth, which is a record, and then there's a birth certificate, which is the ownership. We gave our rights away when our mother signed it. And
I think she broke out. And this is going to be a little pause. And she's stuck. Let me text her. You guys enjoying this? I know she'll be back. You guys enjoying this? Is it enlightening you? And you guys are in it to win it. I love it. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff to consume. You froze. And she will be back. I just let her know she froze. It's probably because of thunder. But yeah, what are you guys getting from this? If you guys want to share before she comes back, just so that we can keep the video going. How's everyone enjoying this conversation?
I think it's great. I think that she's bringing all of us together and all this knowledge that that she's learned and all of us have learned, and putting it all together. And we're going to just grow from here to probably a bigger group, which is exciting because it sounds like she starts groups all the time and they get gigantic.
Yes, we do. True. Yeah, it's like we learn this stuff and then we're out there alone in the world. And then when you put community together, we all learn something and we come back and we share like, oh, this worked, this didn't work, this is good. Let's go to work on something bigger that's bigger than us. So community is something that is thriving. You know, you thrive in community. You can't do this alone. This information. We sound like Maritza was talking about, you know, her husband earlier, saying that she sounds crazy, right? Like it's like, oh my goodness, that's we sound crazy to our family members. Those are the ones that are closest to us, and they don't get it. And I mean, I live in a community too, and they're just like, what do you mean taxes are voluntary? I'm like, it says it right there in the IRM. They're like, what's an IRM? I'm like, the Internal Revenue Manual. It's the IRS. Like, this is something that, you know, we're dealing with on a daily basis, and we get all this pushback from everybody. So it's great to be able to have community come together, share, and just grow from there, like Jim said. So here she's coming back in. And she's back. Yeah, we were just sharing, Tara. And she's frozen again. And she's frozen. You're frozen, Tara.
Crazy.
Okay. And she's back. Yeah, no, we were just sharing, talking.
Awesome. Thank you for taking control, Tammy Lynn. Yeah, it's getting ready to pour down rain up in here. But what were you talking about?
No, we're just sharing about like what you're sharing and bringing community together, and that we're not alone and we sound crazy to our family members. And so, yeah, it's like you're sharing everything that's like on our hearts and bringing everybody together. And then we're going to be doing workings too. We're going to be about it so much, like really get into work and write our own documents and be able to have like a work session to where it's like we're taking all this information in, right? And it's like, well, wait a second, now what do we got to do? We got to use this and put it to work, right? And then we notify everybody and we go ahead and make a contract, because the first trust is between you and God, right? And so you being able to write that down and manifest it, then you govern yourself, you govern you build your trust, and then you operate through that trust. So because when you learn this stuff, it's like you want to just like tell the world, and you're talking to deaf ears. So that's why it's so important, and that we all come together and just keep growing and sharing this information with more people to come on board.
This connection is crazy. Tell me if you guys can hear me, Tammy.
Yep.
You can hear me?
I'm in one spot so that you can start rocking and rolling.
Look, ain't nothing I can't handle, right? This is all meant to be, right? So we can be challenged. And I love a good challenge, right? Let me just try and set this up better. We're gonna have to move this. Y'all can see me? Oh, thank you, Patrick. It's beautiful. So, where was I? I was talking about the ecclesiastical church, right? And y'all know that the bar association, the bar accredited, the British accredited registry, the attorneys, they are all
Oh, Tara, you're frozen again. That storm is coming. It takes our Wi-Fi away. Wi-Fi in a dream. Your
Wi-Fi and power, right? I'm connected, it says, with 5 bars. So I don't know.
okay.
It's raining
you're
over
good.
here. Can you hear me now?
Yep, you're good.
Good, good. But where was I? The class I told you guys about the clay and iron, the Roman law and Daniel, right? They have us all as pagans. That's why we worship pagan holidays. And it's time to stop operating as a pirate and start operating as a sovereign. Because right now they have us lost at sea. And when you do a ecclesiastical trust or revocable, irrevocable the proper way, and you have a UCC attached to it, which is a security agreement, go into the codes, go into what more the UCC is, so you guys can get a better understanding. It may sound mumbo jumbo when I say it, so that means you need to go do the work so you can comprehend it. Taxes are fraud, and the taxes are owed to the sovereign and the sovereignty, not the government. We just abandon those. So when you open up a trust, ecclesiastical trust, and you are doing God's work, like I'm doing God's work, I'm sharing the message. So I am divinely protected under God's law. And this is God's law. Dig deep into God's law, you will understand that we have always been protected and that we are not supposed to get taxed. We are not supposed to make profit off of our name, off of our children, off of our heritage, off of our family name. The taxes are being given back to us. I'm going to teach you how to get it. I'll do more on how the process of getting it in one-on-one. So if you want a one-on-one with me, I can help you guys get the process going. I'm in the middle of the process right now. I can't wait to share with you guys. There's a lot of things I can't share with cases and with trusts because that is private, and private does not mix with public. And I just want to let you guys know that some people are like, oh, I want receipts. I want receipts. Well, the public has receipts. Privates don't, because private is done in private and it's your business. It's between you and God, not anybody else. Whatever contract you make is between you and God, and you can revoke any contract. You can null and void any contract because you say so. You just got to know your power and how to say it. And your signature is a sign of nature. You are not, you as a living, breathing woman, man, are not supposed to be signing paper. That is not our mission. Our mission is to live, love abundantly, expand consciousness, expand knowledge, expand love, and live holy in God's eyes, right? So when you understand what a lien is, which is a UCC, you will start understanding about the fraud that is going on. And you're going to start seeing what a de facto government is, what a de jure government is. There's two treasuries. Dive deep on that. I can go more on that. It's in my notes and stuff. And a mortgage is a death deed. You go to a mortuary, you go to for a funeral. What are you mourning? That's why words matter. I don't say good morning anymore. I had to reprogram myself. I used to say good morning to everybody all the time. Now I say rise and shine. I don't care if it's 2 p.m. Rise and shine. I see you, you rise and you're shining. So start changing your vocabulary. Don't say good morning. Start saying rise and shine or whatever is your fancy, right? I can't tell you what to do. I can only suggest. And stuff. Sorry that I'm going all over the place because the weather threw me off, but I love a good challenge. When you perfect this process, I'm going to help you how to become your own individual banker. You're not going to need commercial banks. You're not going to need fiat money. You're going to say, I need $1 billion to help humanity, and you're going to get it. But you're not going to get it in dollar form. You're going to get it in currency form. And remember, choose wisely. Don't be greedy. This whole process is not to get money. This whole process is not to get Federal Reserve notes. This process is not to get into the treasury. It's not to get all the gold. It's not. It is to get freedom. This is for a process for people who want freedom from the system. That we're turning our public debt into credits, and we're standing in honor. Correct. Thank you. We're standing in honor. and we're standing on our square, and we're standing in purpose. So when you understand all of this, it will all make sense. I want to just tell you about that there's 6 divisions under the Treasury Inspector. And there's one in Atlanta, Denver, San Fran, Washington, New York, and the mid-state. And if you have a complaint about the tax fraud, they will take care of it. You can tell them I've been wrongly accused of paying taxes. And when you get a tax notice, that is actually a notice for you to take the work and say and accept it for value. But what do? You give them Federal Reserve notes. We're not supposed taxes. In the Bible, it said when Jesus walked into the temple and flipped over the table of the money changers because usury was going on. Usury means inch. That's the one time you see Jesus get really pissed off and cause a scene is when he got into the temple and saw the bankers doing usury, which is charging people interest, which was against our faith, because you're not supposed to be taxing the people. You're not supposed to be gaining interest. And that's against our faith. That's against God's law. And you're going to dive deep into all of this stuff. I'm going to help you guys make it make sense with more information. And yes, the collection plate, like when you go to church. And the thing that has been happening with the churches and religion right now is they are taking advantage and they are being greedy. And that's why they have $17 million houses with 12 different compounds on it, because they are using God as a blanket, religion as a blanket. But if you actually dive deep into the word religion, it means to divide. And I'm not here to divide. I'm here to unite. I'm here to connect conscious community. And I want to let you know that all the taxes and all the money is in, yeah, they want their own airplane. Yeah, because they're using the people's taxes and the people's energy and the people's money to become greedy. And my mission is to enlighten people. And I don't want your Federal Reserve notes. I really don't. I could care less about them, truthfully. And because I know what they are. I know their IOUs. I know their debts. And now, since learning all of this knowledge, I know how to accept it for value. I know how to discharge a payment. I know how to open a trust. I know what a foreign grantor trustee is. When you start learning about the trust, start studying the words grantor, the protector, general manager, trustee, beneficiary, and settler. Those are 6 words I want you to start diving deep into, because right now they have us as the trustee unknowingly. So when you go in there and admit that you're this all capital name in court, you are admitting that you're the trustee. And there are also fiduciary duties. Fiduciary duties is your responsibility of that position, your fiduciary duty as a grantor, as a fiduciary duty as a trustee, a fiduciary duty as a beneficiary. Some trusts get taxed. Either the grantor pays the tax or the beneficiary pays the tax. It depends on how, also another word to check out, indenture trust. And that is basically the instructions for your trust. So you want to start learning what these words are. You want to start dissecting these words, because right now they have us in the wrong position. And what I'm going to help you guys understand is how to get in the correct position. You're going to be wearing your your trustee hat. You're going to be wearing your beneficiary hat. They've been.
Tara, say this again. So I can
What?
put them in say those words again so I can put them in the chat.
Grantor, protector, settler, trustee, beneficiary, indenture trust, and fiduciary duties. We are in an Admiralty Maritime Courts. So we want to get out of those courts because it's a pirate court. You're lost at sea when you go to these courts. You want to be in the higher courts. You want to be in the ecclesiastical courts because those are the highest courts. No attorney can go into the ecclesiastical courts because you have to be naked, meaning you have no liability. I mean, all liability is on you. When you go into court, into the ecclesiastical court, and when I say naked, not meaning without clothes, naked meaning you hold all liability, meaning you have no protection. Because what these judges and police have is they have immunity, and that's their protection. That's their insurance. That's their bid bond. I can go more on that. There's bid bond, performance bond that they open up when you get charged, and your body is the collateral. That's why they give you life sentences. They can give you 4 life sentences because when you get reincarnated, you're going to have to deal with those life sentences because that's the karma that you built up in this life sentence. It goes deep. It really goes really deep. And if you don't believe in reincarnation, I hope you take a look at it and dive deep into it for the people who are here and listening to the replay. And I want to let you guys know that we are going to be standing on our square, and we're going to be standing with our proper hat on. And the only way to know this is by using your words and by knowing this information. When you use an address, they make you a resident and an inhabitant. And now you are under Admiralty law. You are under Maritime Admiralty law. And there's different types of law that you're going to learn about along this journey. You're going to learn about the Republic. You're going to learn about the de jure. You're going to learn about the de facto. So there's 3 different things going on at once, and you are only cognitive to one of them. So you're not realizing that's going on.
Say it again, Tara, the de facto.
De facto, de jure, DEJURE, and the Republic. We are stepping out of the de facto and we are going into the Republic. And we are standing in the Republic because that's where we have our sovereignty. Our sovereignty is acknowledged in the Republic. It is not acknowledged in the United States corporation because the United States is a corporation. If you didn't already know, I hope you guys are doing your work and you do know this. And I'm going to teach you how to get, how to become your own individual banker. This all will make sense when we have like one-on-ones. And what I want you guys, a scripture to go look into, it's called Galatians 4. Galatians, GALATIANS 4. And it talks about when you become age of majority, you are given your heritage. You are given your, what is the word I'm looking for? You are given your inheritance.
Your inheritance, heir to. Very powerful scripture.
Yes, it is. It's 4:1 all the way to 31. So 4-1 all the way to 31. And it's a very good scripture, and it breaks down. And if you guys want the scripture and the breakdown, I have it saved on my files. Just shoot me a DM and I'll give it to you guys because it will enlighten you. The Bible verses are parables. They're to be broken down. They're not to be taken literatively and figuratively because the stories are parables and you're supposed to decode it and make it make sense for yourself. Like when they say Jesus walked on water, water equals banks. Jesus walked on the banks, the merchants. He walked on the people doing usury. That's when it says Jesus walked on water. He walked all over the banks, and he never went into the banking system after that. And he exposed them. That was his mission. That's why he got crucified, because he was exposing the usury. They crucified him because they were saying he was doing blasphemy. I'm doing Jesus's work right now. I'm channeling Jesus because I'm sharing the message. This is the message that Daniel, Moses, all the prophets, Jesus were getting out there. That's why Moses went away for 40 years. So he could unlearn all of the programming that he was programmed with. And then he came out with the 10 Commandments. Go read that story. I'm sure you guys have heard it. And you have to become the living man and living woman in order to become your own individual banker, because you cannot tax a living, breathing person. You cannot tax. The only thing you can tax is ignorance and corporations. That's why when you admit that you're the all caps name, you're ignorant to this. Yes, and Mary Magdalene too. Yep, they crucified them all. Because they were out there speaking truth and facts against the merchants, against the bankers, and that's why the story went the way that it went. And remember when the Hebrews were in the Jericho wall, they had to run around it 7 times and do the trumpets, and then the last one that did the trumpet, that's when the walls of Jericho fell, because they were out there circling, collecting the community, telling the community all this knowledge and all this information. And it's a Jezebel demonic system. It's a Babylonian system. That's why they give you legalese. It's Babylonian. It's Babel. It's just, that's all that it is. It's Babel. It's to confuse your conscious. Because when you're not conscious of what they're saying, then you're unconscious, right? Because you have unconscious, subconscious, and conscious. What isn't conscious is unconscious, and your subconscious doesn't know the difference. So start reprogramming your subconscious mind so all of this can make sense. And I just want to share more on like estates, that this is your estate. This is your heritage. This is your lineage, that you are breaking generational curses by learning all of this information. I want you guys to go dive deep on Patrick Devine's information. He shares such great information. They made us afraid of bankruptcy courts. Bankruptcy courts are our best friends because the government is bankrupt. That's where we admit the fraud. That's where we admit that this whole tax usury stuff is fraud. But people are afraid to go to bankrupt court. It's a federal court. And I can go more on that when we literally, right, Patrick? It literally is, it's all bankrupt. We don't even have, the only real currency is your energy. Who are you giving your energy to? That is the real currency, is energy. And it's your energy, my energy, our energy. Who are we giving our energy to? Celebrities, news, sports? Are we giving it to the neighbor who needs it? Are we giving it to our family? Are we giving it to ourselves? Are we giving it to the conscious community? I know who I'm giving it to. I'm giving it to myself, my family, and the community. I'm not stingy with my energy. I love giving my energy, and I love taking my energy back too, because I know not all the time it is needed, and I'm okay with that. And I'm going to help you guys. I'm going to be helping you guys set up a 98 EIN, a foreign grantor trust, an individual banker number. I'm learning the process. I've experienced the process, so I can share my experiences with you guys. I would love for you guys to do a one-on-one with me, and we can go in depth with that. I can't share this as much with the masses as if because I don't know their mentality and how much they do know. The only way I can do that is if I'm with my groups, my private groups, or I'm on a one-on-one and I can get more in depth with it. I love my private groups. We rock in my private groups, and we all love studying all of this stuff. Study HRJ 192, and that will teach you that in 1933, all the money was not backed by gold anymore, and they started giving you promissory notes, IOUs. Study that. Study the acts. Study the United States Constitution. Study the Social Security Act. Study all the acts. Because once you understand this, once you study the acts, you can now declare your independence and you can write it. Because that's why they say there's power in the pen. Because you can write any contract. Start every day writing contracts to yourself. Every day, start writing contracts. I'm already making a 30-day challenge, and I'll be promoting it and helping everybody get in the mood and getting in the proper condition to start writing contracts, because you have the power to revoke contracts just like you have the power to create contracts. Anybody who can create can also destroy. Make that make sense. Anybody who can create can destroy. So now knowing this, you can destroy any contract you ever got into. You can revoke any contract. You can null and void any contract, and do your due diligence and write a new contract. Because remember, you're taking energy never dies. You're taking away old energy and putting new energy out there. What are you putting out there? Are you putting out selfishness, greed, where nobody prospers? Or are you going to put in the contract, I'm helping myself, lineage, humanity? Because that's what I'm putting in my contracts. And I'm putting it in my words. That's why I'm showing up for you guys every day, because this is the reality that I'm manifesting. This is the reality that my conscious community is manifesting. I have thousands in my group, private groups, public groups, on my Instagram. I love you guys, each and every single one of you. And we are all conjugating together. We are all creating a new reality, because their illusion is over. And I know this can seem like a lot. I know this can be overwhelming at times, but just know you got it. At first, when I started studying this stuff, it sounded like mumbo jumbo to me. But then I started doing the inner work and it started making sense, because that monkey mind was quiet. That monkey mind didn't sound so loud. It never shuts up. That monkey mind never shuts up. And that's okay. You just let them do its thing. It's going to do its thing whether you like it or not. Just become conscious and cognitive that it is doing that. I'm going to suggest that you guys also follow Minister Be Better on Instagram. He also teaches about the ecclesiastical trusts, the 501c3 trust, the 508c3 trust, and there's a difference. There's public trust and then there's private trust, like I was saying before. And you want to become the beneficiary, trustee, grantor of a trust, or you can become the grantor and the beneficiary, and then have somebody else be the trustee. The trustee controls the assets of the trust, makes the signatures are correct of the trust. Make sure if you do choose a trustee, make sure it's somebody that you trust. Make sure it's somebody that you know has your benefits in hand, your children's benefits in hand, because it is their job as a trustee to manage the trust assets. And there's a manager that also manages the trust's assets, but the trustee delegates to the manager. The settler creates it. The grantor creates the trust. So look more into all of these words. There's also a non-grantor structured trust. There will always be a beneficiary. There will always be a trustee, unless it's your ego trust. There are trusts out there set up for your ego, and there are no beneficiaries. Like there could be like a rich, wealthy man, and he wants to keep all of his possessions all to himself. So he makes himself just the beneficiary, nobody else. So all of his riches, nobody gets to enjoy. And when he dies, it doesn't go anywhere. It goes to probate, truthfully. So just start in your mind right now, and in your studying and in learning all of this knowledge, just start studying trust law, start studying contract law. When you stay silent, you are in acquiescence. That means you are in agreement. So when you are silent and let's say the judge orders something, you can counteract that order. You can negotiate. You have that power. Do you know that you can negotiate? No, you don't know, because you've never been taught. Now you know you can negotiate any contract. You have that power. God gave you that power to negotiate any contract. Just know that you can do it. Know that you can void their contract and counter their contract and give them terms and conditions. The thing is, say, I give terms and conditions, but prove that I am this dead name. They can never prove that you are the dead name, the all caps name. So what happens? Case dismiss. Challenge jurisdiction. Jurisdiction means Law, juris means law, diction means word. What law words are you using determines the court you will be in. If you're using their lingo and you're answering to them, then they have control over you. Remember, if you ever have to go into court and you always go there on a special appearance, never as an all caps name, never answer their questions. Always ask them. The person who asks the questions controls. That's why they ask you all these questions. What's your name? What's your address? What's your charges? This is your charges, right? And you answer, do you understand? Never understand them. Tell them, no, I don't understand. Explain to me, how am I this dead name? Explain to me. And they can't, because they can't talk about it. Because once they do that, their immunity is gone. And now they are held liable. That's why they'll dismiss the case, because now the liability is no longer on them because they dismissed it. And anytime you go to court, you always get a court of record. That is the only reason why you should ever go to court. Thank you, Yusuf L. I'll put his information down in the bottom. Yusuf L. Correct. Understand. Stand under. Correct. You stand under them. So when the cop says, do you understand? No, I don't understand. I don't answer questions. I'm sorry, officer. I don't answer questions. I plead the fifth. I don't answer questions without my attorney here. Which attorney means just a power, right? Because attorney is a power grab. And when you don't want to do motions, you don't want to do petitions, you don't want to plea. Plea means begging. Petition means that you're begging them or that you're asking them for permission. You want to decree. I order, I command, because I say so. Dismiss this case. The thing is, they have to address, they cannot address a decree because their immunity will be null and void. That's why they will most likely, but you got to know who you are. And remember, you got to try 3 times. You got to knock 3 times because they're going to knock you down every time. They're going to try you every time. And the 3rd time is the charm. There's a reason why these sayings make sense now. 3rd time's a charm because they're going to knock you down. They're going to tire you out. They're going to postpone the court date, demand, decree that they change it sooner. They no, you want these matters addressed right now in this present moment. If not, the case dismissed. And you have that power to do it. 369. Thank you. I love that number. That's my favorite number. And just more like, on affidavits. Affidavits are, he has stated. Motion means to move. Decree means decide. So when you attach a petition, you are aimed at or sought or laid claim to. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to petition anything because it's like a ping pong ball. It's like a game. You don't want that. You want to cut the head off. You want to stop it right in its tracks and demand an order because God gave you that almighty voice. God gave you that almighty stand. God gave you God-given rights. And again, if you don't know, you will fall. You will fall for anything. So I just want to end this up a little bit. I don't want to keep going for much too long. I know people got stuff to do today, but these are just things I want you guys to start studying and start digging deep into and start looking into how does this process work? How does this redemption process work? How do I get my living man, woman out of this system? And you can. How do you get your children out of this system? I'm going to show you how. I'm going to show you exact steps how. I'm experiencing these steps now, and I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share you how to get out of a mortgage, how to get out of a death deed, how to get out of credit card debt, how to get out of all of this system. And it's possible because you are going to be able to be protected. God is going to protect us. Trust that. And that's why we have the ecclesiastical trust, because we are here doing God's work. My mind, my body, my soul is here on a mission. Therefore, I'm divinely protected. The ecclesiastical trust allows that. And you don't have to pay taxes. Because taxes are voluntary. I've never paid taxes. I'm not never, but I don't always pay taxes. And that's okay. My FBI agent knows this. He's already listening. He already knows what's up. They already know who I am. Trust me, they've been attacking me very hard and very long. And I'm aware of it. So, oh, also, women, when you are listening to this, go read the book of Ruth. It's the only female Bible that is in the Bible. This will show you how to stand in your power. And they can't touch you when you know who you are. So start reading the book of Ruth and decoding it. And don't take every word literal or literally, because you're going to start finding out these words don't really mean what they really mean. And start looking into baptism, because when you get baptized, you are clear from sin. Sin equals debt. Remember, you cannot baptize a corporation, which is your all caps name. That is, it doesn't exist. That's why your baptismal certificate is your, and your birth certificate and your Bible means that you're standing in admiralty, meaning that you are standing up for yourself. If you go into a courtroom right now with a Bible, birth certificate, and your baptismal certificate and ask them, show me the dead entity, show me where I'm the dead entity, you are standing in admiralty. You are standing in honor. And they are now standing in dishonor. And you could prove this. But you got to know who you are. You got to know all of this information. So if you guys have any questions, if you guys want to know more about anything that I shared, I would love to share with you guys. So if you guys have any questions, Tammy, you got any questions?
No, this was really good information. And I guess as we grow, we'll go deeper on each one of those things that we're studying, like the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the acts, the treaties. Because now it's like you can listen to it while you're, cooking dinner, and it's fresh, and we can go over it so you know who you are and remembering who you are, right? Like that's so super powerful, because you're gonna go through this grief section. People listening to this or people who know this, like 7 layers of grief. Like I'm angry, I'm pissed off, I'm frustrated. Oh crap, I'm responsible. I get to do something. I'm accountable. I could go take an action. I could stand up for my rights. And so people are like, oh my God, all this information. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? That's why I help people clean up credit, because your letters literally state their words, and that's how you can clean up anything off of your credit report, right? So I do have services for that. That's on my Instagram, it's on my TikTok, my Facebook. I have a school, all that stuff, where we every Tuesday at 6 o'clock, everyone is welcome here, whoever is listening to this recording. And you guys just follow me on Instagram, and every Tuesday we talk about cleaning up your credit. And if you want to join my school, then that's where floating rate notes can do that until I'm 100% out of the system. And then it's just like, I'm just really going to be doing this, right? So other than that, you could write letters, literally writing a letter to these dead entities, and you coming in as a live living man or woman and invoking your rights and revoking their power, because Tara said you can totally revoke anything. You create it, you can destroy it, right? So that's where it's like, this is easy for me. Like cleaning up credit is so simple. Like you got anything negative, clean it up, and then forgive yourself. Forgiveness is the highest vibration outside of gratitude, right? Because you're holding on to that poison. And forgive yourself and forgive those debtors, right? Like they're calling you a debtor. We're not the debtor, but if you want to be a debtor, then act like one. We're the creator, we're the creditor, we're the consumer, right? And we're all of that, just like we're the trustee, the beneficiary, the grantor, the settler, the executrix, or executor for men. So you get to govern yourself, you get to govern everything, and making a plan and sticking to it, and protecting yourself. Like we are protected by God, and having the know-how and the be-how and the believing and trusting in God that this is all divinely like what you're going to be doing. So you're going to be shedding a lot of your old self. You're going to be shedding these ego deaths that, ego means edging God out, right? So when your egos and your pride start talking, it's just like, that means you're not in love. You're not in prosperity. You're not in abundance. We are already abundant. And coming from that space, you're just like, holy crap. I gotta be careful with this energy, right? Like, holy crap, you know, you let in all these little demons and all these other people's drama and trauma, and you're just like, ah. So transformation isn't pretty, and it's a beautiful process, right? It's like the caterpillar in the cocoon, and it's sitting there in its own little crap, and then you come out and you're a beautiful butterfly and you get to fly around. And that's who we are for you guys, and that's who you are for yourself. So yeah, thanks, Sarah, for this great stuff, and thank you all for coming and enjoying this amazing stuff. Let your mess be your message. Oh, Patrick, I am using that one.
And also know that you are backed by the full faith and credit of America. And we are taking back America. We are taking back our lands. We are not lost at sea. We are not dead entities. We are backed by the full faith and credit of America. And remember, the United States of America isn't what you think it is, right? You got to go dive deep in that section too. But we are now returning to becoming the creditor, not the debtor. We are becoming the beneficiary, the trustee. You are becoming this of your life and your trust and your family's life. So start doing the studying, start asking questions, start doing the subconscious work, because this wealth of knowledge is going to be spread like wildfire. Everybody's getting ready to know this information, and because the illusion is no longer. And remember, if somebody wants to stay asleep, let them stay asleep. I know a lot of sleepyheads. I can't even have this conversation with them. They don't even compute it because they're so filled with so many negative thoughts. Let them have their negative thoughts. Let them stay stuck if that's what they want. Remember, you can't save anybody but yourself, and nobody can save you but you. So on that note, I love you guys. You guys are so amazing. And I'm grateful for all of you guys here right now. And everybody who's going to watch the replay, I love you guys. I'm going to be uploading the video later. I'm going to be starting more classes during the week. I'm going to start doing more lives because more people need this information. I'm going to start doing more one-on-ones. Thank you guys to the people who donated. You guys fucking rock. You guys make this mission possible. Asking questions, getting excited, wanting to learn more, asking, like I share little tidbits of a book that I'm reading just because I want to let you guys know where I'm at. Ask me for the book. I'm going to give it to you. I want you guys to ask me for these books. I want you guys to get excited about this, how I get excited about this, because we're free. We're free at last, free at last. Let my people go. They're already, you got to stand up in order to understand this knowledge and to get this knowledge out there and to spread this knowledge. And know who you are. Know thyself. Know that you are God's creation. You are not who they told you were. You are not what they said society said you were. You are God's chosen child. And are you a child of God? Stand up, adjust your crown. We have a whole future ahead of us with this valuable information because there are people taking action. There are people stepping into their power. There are people that are getting this wealth of knowledge because knowledge is power. And once you start wrapping your head around this and finding out that it is more spiritual warfare than you think it is, then you're going to start taking it more seriously and you're going to start tapping into your soul more. You're going to start quieting your monkey mind. You're going to start doing the subconscious work. You're going to start meditating, fasting, grounding. So I hope you guys go into if you guys can't do a 10-minute meditation for me today, do a 30-minute one, okay? Do a 30-minute one if you can't do a 10-minute one. Skip a meal. Surrender that meal for knowledge, for substance. And just know that you are powerful. Know that you have the power to create. Therefore, you have the power to destroy. So I thank you guys so much for being here with us. And I can't wait to see you guys next Saturday, 2 p.m. Bye.
Awesome. Thank you all for coming and share this information with as many people as you like.
Share, share, share. Love you guys.
Bye. See you on the next one.